This is video 2. It is called The Importance of Truth and How We Should Deliver the Truth. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this one short since my last video ran over and I just got into my feelings. So I'm going to try to not get too deep into my feelings on this. And I tell people this because I mean it. It's a thing here. You may not like it, but it's a thing here. I always tell people I give you 99.9 of the truth unless I know that you can handle or the whole 1000 needs to be dealt out. So first off, rest in peace, actor Matthew Perry. I don't know if it's a joke. Rest in peace, actor Richard Roundtree, aka John Shaw. Rest in peace, Richard Mall, aka Bull Shannon from Night Court. Those are the most three recent deaths of actors. So, as an actor who no one knows who the hell I am other than the 320 people here, 321 if you count me because I count as two people, got to put that out there. Now, the importance of truth is this. I have told my nieces and nephews since the day they was born, I will be the only motherfucker in this family that will tell you the goddamn truth. I will give you 99.9. Hopefully, you can handle the 99.9. I won't give you the whole 1000 out of fear of how it's going to fucking give you emotional damage. But if I get to the point where you've pissed me off and I have to give you the whole 1000, then you probably said some shit that I shouldn't have heard, or you said some shit directed at me that just made me decide, okay, you hurt me, now I'm going to destroy you. That's not the way it's supposed to be because two wrongs don't really make a right. But sometimes you got to level the playing field. And when I say level the playing field, I mean destroy everything in front of you. As I was told in the army, you got three types of grenades. The one you want to use the most, napalm. You want to see motherfuckers run? Napalm. The downside of that is you need to get running too. Because you're going to have to clear the blast zone. Or you're going to fry just like the motherfuckers you intended to fry. Unless you have a really good fucking arm. And if you have a really good arm, you're good. If you don't have a really good arm, you would have really good legs. And you better run like a motherfucker. Or like the Flash. Anyway, the bottom line is this. Not everybody can handle the truth. And those who can, you give them as much of the truth as you know that they can handle. If they can only handle 10% of the truth, then you give them 10% of the truth. So here's my thing. Me and my bros, A-Dog, R-Dog, B-Dog, the other B-Dog, and everyone else on the planet, and especially my bro Courtney Monroe. I give all of them the 99.9 because I know you motherfuckers can take it, and I know they're gonna give me the 99.9. Sometimes they'll humor me, but they'll give me the 99.9. Now in high school, I still gave the truth, but we played 20 questions. I answer the questions, you ask the questions, and my answer will lead you to the truth. Either you're going to take it and accept it, or you're going to take it and deal with it and change it. But you're going to put two and two together without me snitching. In other words, you're going to ask me questions that I can answer without lying. So you would ask me a yes or no question. Is the sky dark? Yes. The moon is out tonight. Or are they calling for rain? My answer would be, I have no fucking idea. I'm not a motherfucking meteorologist. I'm not the fucking weatherman. I don't work for 29 News. So no. That's pretty much all of the truth that I can give you in a nutshell. I'm also not a superhero. I don't have the powers to make the sky bright. No. I will give you answers in that manner. Probably not that embracive or evasive, but I'll drop that shit on you like a New York habit. Do you think your acting career will be a smashing success? No. I want my acting career to just be a success. It doesn't have to be a smashing success. I just need to be working. I don't have to make a lot of money, just enough to survive. I don't buy a lot of shit that I don't need. I'm not a greedy person. So I assume that if my acting career is just enough for me to make it, then I'm good. Don't give two fucks about the rest of the shit. I'm never going to get an Oscar. I already know that. I'm never going to get an Emmy. I already know that. I'm never going to get one of those MTV Lifetime Achievement Awards. And if I do get that, somebody from my family may have to pick that bitch up because by the time that shit happens, because I'm 50 years old, I'll probably be dirt. yeah, we have this actor. He died, but he made one great ass movie. His name's Echo Fang Grey Wolf. Unfortunately, he's no longer alive to get this Oscar or this MTV Mountain Martian Man, whatever the hell they call him, to receive his award. Somebody gonna bring up my urn full of ashes, and they'll just walk up there. Accepting the award is some random ass motherfucker we don't know with his ashes in a box. He has a speech for him. He put it on YouTube like 90 fucking years ago when he was young and handsome. Hi, I'm MTV. I want to thank you guys for giving me this awesome ass Moon Man award for whatever the fuck it is I've done in the future to earn this damn thing. Maybe it was, I want my MTV. Okay, anyway. So, the thing with the truth is, you don't lie to children. Alright? This is one thing that my father instilled in me. Not my mother, my father. My father instilled in me because of some shit that happened between my mother and myself and my father. And I'm not going to go into detail on that just so that I don't want to put my mom in a bad light. But it would put her in a bad light. And my father carried me from one room to another room and showed me all the things that he had been doing. Alright? So, after that, first thing I did was I started believing in God and stopped going to church. Second thing I did was I stopped believing everything that a preacher tells me. Because a preacher is the first person that told me your parents don't lie to you. Your parents can't lie to you. That preacher told me the biggest fucking lie in church that day. When I asked, I said, hey, can parents lie to their children? No, son. Parents don't lie to their children. Yeah. Thank you, Reverend Johnson, for that bullshit. He's dead now also, so God rest his soul. But he was the preacher at Pilgrim Baptist Church in Charlottesville, Virginia, that straight fucking told me, your parents don't lie to you. Your parents can't lie to you. They believe in God. They're not supposed to lie, Shit. Right then and there, when my father and I had that little discussion in the summertime, I haven't told a lie since. I don't give you 1,000% of the truth unless you need it, but I don't sit there and look you in the face and lie. I will give you enough of the truth so that you can figure shit out. And the reason why I do that is because truth and perspective are two sides of the same coin. What I see and what you see, I might have missed what you saw. Doesn't mean I'm lying. It just means I missed what you saw. Alright, for example, you see this side, my right eye, and this side is my left eye. See that? Now, because of the camera, my right eye can see it. But if I do this and shut my eye, only my left eye can see this finger. Alright? It's the middle finger. If I open it up and put it back and do this again, I can see it with both eyes because the camera's right fucking there. To not see it with my right eye, I gotta close that bitch. Now, if I open it up and there's no fingers there, but let's say this one's still up, but I can't see it because this little battery is blocking me, I can still see it. You may think I can't see it. I'm not talking about with my left eye. I can still see it because I can see just through here enough to get the reflection of that camera. Which goes back to sometimes truth is also perception and point of view. And so you have to understand that sometimes truth is also based on a person's moral compass. Alright? If you know moral right from wrong, 9 times out of 10 you're going to lean more to what's right versus what's wrong. If you know something that's morally wrong but you still choose to do it and you know it's morally wrong, then you lean more towards shit that's just wrong for everyone else but seems right to you. It's a complicated way that I can't really fucking explain it, but understand when you're playing Mass Effect, if you choose something that's wrong, sometimes it's right for Commander Shepard. And it also makes the game a little bit more funner. You understand, truth and perspective, they kind of go hand in hand. And the thing is that a lot of people, from certain perspectives, just can't handle the truth. As I told my bro Adrian last night, I don't like the truth. But I would rather you hurt me with the truth than let me live a hopeful lie. And the reason why we got in that conversation is because he brought up my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, dude, I do not do that much thinking about her anymore. In fact, I try to not let those thoughts come in my head other than one. I hope that she is well and happy. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. It's not my business. I stopped being my business when I was standing in court for harassment when the judge said, "What do you want if she was here?" And I said, "I just want the truth. There was nothing wrong with our relationship. Neither one of us was cheating. How do you fall out of love overnight?" I say, and all I would need for you to do is make her tell me the truth. I say, that's it. And neither one of y'all motherfuckers will ever see me again. Ever. I'm adult enough to understand the word no. But the problem with that whole situation with my girlfriend was, what the fuck was the problem? You understand? Our last night together was one of the best nights I ever had. How do you wake up tomorrow and not be in love with the same person that you had great sex with the night before, after months of only oral sex? And then you finally let the man do the man part, and the next day, oh, relationships are overrated. You can't come see me anymore. Don't come back to my house. How do you fall out of love overnight? The truth would have been way better. Set me down and say, hey man, look, this isn't really working out. I don't love you. In fact, I don't think I ever loved you. Something like that would have been a hell of a lot better to sit down and talk about versus, relationships are overrated. You can't come see me anymore. Something like that just leaves the door open to, what the fuck did I do? Which was the problem. I am a fucking truth seeker. As much as I am a right fighter, I am a truth seeker. And that's how I was my own worst enemy. We're not going to put that on her. We're going to put that shit on me. I was my own worst enemy because I had to know. I had to know what the fuck I did. I had to know. I literally had to know what the fuck I did for you to fall out of love with me overnight and then tell me after I get off from work to come up here and see you, only for it to be the last time for me to ever actually see you. Now, 2010 was a long time ago. So I never got my answer. And at this point, I no longer give a fuck. Because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life wondering what I did wrong. I'm going to accept the fact, I'll take the fucking blame, and I'm going to go on about my life. Especially since the only woman I really want to be with at this point in my life is the flawlessly beautiful and dangerously sexy Leda Zhang, who's never going to see this video. She doesn't know I exist. And that's okay. Because that's one of the other things that keeps me going, and it's another reason why I'm in a good place. I literally joined the military to die. Without question. When I got into boot camp, I had one plan. I'm going to survive boot camp. And as soon as I get out of boot camp, whatever they offer me, I'm taking. If they say you want to go to Iran, Iraq, Syria, wherever the fuck there was somebody just going to be shooting, I was going to volunteer for that shit. Because that's how bad she fucked me up. Alright? When all she had to do was just say, hey, look, here's a few reasons. You're mixed. My parents don't want me having babies with a mixed man, especially someone who's mixed with black. I could have accepted that. I still would have joined the army because I've been trying to join the army since I was fucking 18 years old. National Guard was the only one that would take me. I don't have a criminal record, but, they were the only ones that would take me. So I took my opportunity and I left. I didn't get to have the career I wanted because I fell in a fucking hole and it ruined my career before it begun. I was 37 years old. I needed a job, and I wanted to die. Three of the worst combinations any man can have, regardless of what your race is, regardless of your height, your color, how big or small your dick is. Those are three of the worst things that can happen to a man. I needed a job, my heart was broken, and I wanted to die. What better way to die than serve my country, even if my country can't stand me. And at least if I die in the military, I die somebody who's not a fucking drug dealer, or a stereotypical black person, or a stereotypical mixed person, because when I applied for the military, I put down black. I know I'm mixed. I'm pretty sure they figured it out, but they never approached me on it, and I never said anything about it. It was like, if they don't ask, I'm not going to tell. If they would have came to me and said, you have black here, but you're not all the way black, the only thing I would have said, well, my motherfucking birth certificate says Negro, so that's what I put on there. And, I met some other guys. I met some Mexican guys. I met some Indians and some natives and some shit like that. And, Indians like with the dots and Indians with the feathers. And I actually got along with a couple of them, especially the ones with the feathers. It's like, because they're like, yeah, you mixed? I was like, yeah, I'm part native. I just don't go around throwing that shit all over the place, you know. I do now, but I didn't while I was in the Army, because the only thing I really gave a fuck about was surviving long enough to volunteer to die. I was infantry, so I didn't want infantry, because I was hoping that whatever I would get, I would be able to turn my life around while I was in there. Unfortunately, I fell in a hole and ruined my life even fucking more than what it was before I got there. So yeah. So yeah, basically the Army crippled me. It's all good though. I ain't got nothing but love for the Army. Now, this is the thing about the truth. You should never lie to children. Don't care how painful it is, you should never lie to children. My father taught me this for the simple fact that, he said, look, son, it's not okay to lie to anybody, but it's never okay to lie to your children. If you don't have the money for something, tell the child that I don't have the money. Don't say you ain't getting the money. Don't say that someone ain't giving you the money. Just tell the truth. You ain't got the money. My dad has lost his jobs as a child. He lost his job when I was 7. I think he lost his job when I was like 10 or 11. Those are the 2 summers that I didn't spend in Smithfield. But every summer after that, I was in Smithfield. Every summer before that, I was in Smithfield. My great-grandmother, who was Native American, gave me folklore and stories about her life from 6 to 10. Maybe younger. It's not like I can remember all that shit. I've had a couple of concussions also. My very first concussion, I think, came from when I was 5, and I thought that I was the greatest American hero, and I flew into a pop bottle. My second concussion came when me and Miss Early in the 5th grade smacked heads. I was irresistible force. Miss Early was the unmovable object. Hi, Mish. And when we collided, Mish got up. Echo didn't get up. Echo got carried to the infirmary. Echo woke up and went home. Echo thought he was Christopher fucking Columbus. It gets funnier every time I tell it, because the last thing I learned in school that day was about being Christopher Columbus in 1492 and all that other shit. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Christopher Columbus. My mom could tell me, but I kept calling her all kinds of wenches and shit. And next thing I know, I was in a car. And then we were going to the hospital, and they had explained that the concussion finally kicked in, so my memory was fucked up. And so I've had some long-term effects. I've also had another concussion that I didn't go to the hospital for, but I'm pretty sure it was a concussion. My cousin Brian, on my dad's side, God rest his soul, he died under the name of Kumar, or Umar, or Omar, or some shit. He became a Muslim. Don't ask. I don't do religious shit. We were jumping across a bench back and forth. Boom. Again. Irresistible force. Unmovable moving object. Brian came right on over with me. I hit the ground. The back of my head and the front of my head. The front of my head hit him. I had a knot on my head the size of this damn battery. And I was out like a light, so they got me to the porch, and they basically taped a fucking ice pack to my head. So yeah, I've had some brain trauma. Now I'm fairly good now. I still have like some short-term memory issues. Sometimes it's long-term memory, but I haven't forgotten anything bad. I've only forgotten good things. So depending on how you look at it. But that being said, again, truth is point of view. So be very careful at how you tell the truth, but don't lie to your children, because sometimes your child can handle shit a whole lot better than most adults can. My dad told me he ain't had no job. I cried for about 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, Dad, I'll just find something else to do this summer. That was the summer that I got bit by a horse. Bit this finger and this finger. Didn't bite them off, but it hurt like fuck. Took 2 bites, actually, because it chewed the apple and my hand. And I screamed like a little girl. My fingers still tingle from that shit every fucking day. Every day. And then, peed in the bed a lot that summer. Because of fire. Then there was also the witch rider that also kept plaguing me. But that's a whole nother video. Anyway, that being said, don't lie to your children. Don't lie to people. And I will say this with my full chest. The only time that I think you should ever lie, and I'm going to be honest with this, is if you kill somebody on purpose. Like if you literally plan to kill somebody, That's probably about the only time that I will tell you that you should probably lie. Everything else can be dealt with, like self-defense. You gotta prove that shit. But a lot of times you can prove self-defense a whole lot better than you think. But like if you literally planned the shit out, murder one, you just better keep your mouth shut. Better lie your motherfucking ass off, cause you're done. That being said, I'm Echo Fangray. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing